In this little clip, what we want to go through is how to get DebugKit up and running on our system. So we have a Cake application up and going, and everything is done except we don't have DebugKit installed. Installing DebugKit is going to make life a lot easier for us moving forward, so let's go through the process of actually doing that. First thing we want to do is we want to select our project. Then we're going to go to Composer. So what Composer does is Composer lets us install a single piece of software, and if there's any dependencies on that software, it'll get them for us too. But before we can use Composer, we need to initialize it. So this will initialize Composer for us. So that sets up a couple of basic setup files for Composer. The other thing we need to do is, again, go to Composer, and we need to do a self-update. Always a good idea to do this because you'll get the most up-to-date version of Composer out there, and it updates fairly regularly like a lot of this stuff does. All right, everything looks good here. So our next step is the actual install of DebugKit. So in our source files, you'll notice that we have a composer.js file. And this is going to be the file that we're going to be working with. So let's get the information from DebugKit and exactly what we have to do. Actually, let me get this in its own browser. All right, so this is the DebugKit Git repository, and here's our installation instructions. So when we're using the Composer, we need to include this line in our Composer file. So it's the Cakephp DebugKit and then the versioning information that we're looking to be using. So let's go back and add that to here. Okay, so again, fairly straightforward. It's just going to get us the most up-to-date version of DebugKit 2.2. We'll save that. Once we do this, we're going to come up, we're going to right-click on our project again. Again, we're going to go to Composer, but this time we're going to pick Install. So when we do our install, it's going to go out, find whatever files are associated with DebugKit and bring them down for us. And if any of those files have other special files that need to come with it, it's going to go and get them too. Usually it doesn't take too long to get the stuff pulled down. So you can see here that I ended up getting version 2.2.2. The one thing you'll notice is that it did create this plugin folder here. Now, this is a quirk from, I'm not sure if it's from the NetBeans or if it's from just the default kind of Cake layout, but this is not where this file needs to be. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut the DebugKit part out of here, and we're going to go into plugins in our source folder, and we're going to paste it into there. Usually only takes a couple of seconds to do that as well. Once it's finished pasting, we can actually remove this plugin folder if we like. So my DebugKit's been put in the correct spot. Now all I have to do is kind of turn it on and let the system know it's there. So let's see what we get so far. Because right now when we go to load up our page and we reload it, nothing's changed. The reason for that is while the files are there, Cake doesn't know that it has to pull those files in yet. So let's take care of that now, and we'll go to our installation instructions again to see exactly what we have to do. So first thing it tells us to do is we need to add this Cake plugin load DebugKit line to our app config bootstrap. So let's do that. That's going to be in the important files bootstrap. There we go. So you can see in the comments, once you get about halfway down this particular page, you'll find Cake plugin, load, debug kits, all commented out. Right after that, that's where we're going to put this. It's going to look exactly like it does up here. So Cake plugin, : load, debug kit. That's all we have to do for that part. Let's take a look at if things look any different yet. Okay, it seems that it's present, but we still don't see it up at the top of our page because we're not loading it yet. So we still have a little bit of configuration to do to get DebugKit to work. First thing we need to do is we need to go into the controller file, or the default controller file, and we need to add the line to tell the controller that it's going to be loading the component for DebugKit so that we can actually see stuff. So we go to controllers, app controller. Just inside the class folder, we just make a public variable here. Let's call that. And we save what we have. Now, our core, because we've just done a brand new installation, we're automatically in debug mode 2. It's possible that you might have to go and reset this to be debug 1, or you might have to go in and change it from 0 to 1 or from 2 to 1. I'm going to leave it as 2 for now. It usually works fine. Just keep in mind you might have to see the core file in the debug line. Then the last thing we have to do is go into our layouts default view and remove the SQL log information. So let's take care of that now too. So default view layouts default. Here we are. So right at the bottom of this page you'll see echo element SQL dump. Well, because I'm just going to comment that line out from the PHP side of things. And at this point, DebugKit should be installed and it should be working. So let's see the difference. Okay, initially, you don't see much of a difference. However, right here, that's our DebugKit. So it's installed, it's loading, we're happy. Make sure you take a look at the next video in how to use or using the DebugKit and how the different parts of it work. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.